Hello and all, welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one we're talking UFC 311. The two main fights of that card, obviously the main event, the co-main event, Islam Makhachev, Umar Nurmagomedov, specifically that camp, and news circulating that Khabib's allegedly joined that camp in preparation for UFC 311. We're going to talk about the influence of Khabib on this camp. But before getting started, make sure to like, subscribe, click that notification to get all of this that is new from this channel, your channel, the one and only MMA Vision Analysis. At this point, Khabib not only is perhaps considered for many the GOAT, the greatest of all time. The guy retired undefeated, unblemished record, 29-0. And he really retired in his prime. The dude could have went like 5 more years, probably on the same level, and perhaps he had the ability to conquer more divisions if you would have chosen to, like the welterweight division. I do digress a bit. The point is, Khabib's influence not only on himself, his family members, or his camp, but his print on the mixed martial arts world, specifically the UFC, is clearly evident. Not only is he considered the greatest of all time, or definitely for some people that's going to be the case, just because of that 29-0, that O is so valuable. And this guy's ventured on to help create more champions, the likes of Islam Makhachev, the likes of current welterweight champion Belal Muhammad, who trained with Khabib in preparation for UFC 305 when he went in there against Leon Edwards, former welterweight champion. Now we have Islam defending his title against Umar in the rematch between the two. Main event for UFC 311. And we have a co-main event where Umar is getting ready to challenge really newly crowned bantamweight champion Mirad Vilashvili for the bantamweight belt. This is going to be a stressful night for Khabib Nurmagomedov. Just watching his cousin and basically his other cousin, not him and Islam are not related, but might as well be, and go in there and try to capture or retain, in Islam's case, their title. But for Umar, it's going to be a shot at the title. It's going to mean so much for Khabib Nurmagomedov, of both guys, especially with Umar winning that bantamweight title. He effectively, if that actually happens, he would have effectively not only championed a division himself, but helped three guys champion three different divisions. And we don't even mention his other cousin who fights in Bellator, who's also the lightweight champion in Bellator. So these guys are pretty much dominating things as it stands, right? So what I'm trying to say here is that the influence of Khabib Nurmagomedov, despite the fact that Islam and Umar are fantastic fighters, in some cases they kind of seem bulletproof, like immovable objects, in all honesty. And it's really that stoicism. It's like the dudes, they don't even smile. Like there's just no room for any. It seems like there's two modes: relaxation mode and fighting mode, and there's just nothing in between. So when these guys have a goal in sight, then whoever's in the way is probably bound to feel the wrath of the Dagestani style of wrestling. Now, this is not conclusive. This is not saying that Mirab's automatically losing his title and Arman Tsarukyan is just automatically going to give up that fight. That's not what we're saying here. Nothing is guaranteed. But there are certain factors that are certainly tangible in the case of Khabib Nurmagomedov and his influence. It's tangible because his influence has created champions, and he was a champion. And this is all done within 10 years. Guys, Khabib and the whole Dagestani style, this has only been around since, like, let's say 2014, 2015. And in all honesty, people really didn't start to take notice until 2018, where Khabib went in there and did what he did to Conor McGregor, for the majority of fans, that's when most people started to take notice. But as of now, these guys rule, and it is very tangible. You can see that the champions have been created, and the style is mighty effective. And I believe a lot of that is going to be true UFC 311. This is not conclusive. I'm not saying that somehow these guys are going to have easy fights, but most certainly having Khabib in your camp is the ultimate advantage in today's mixed martial arts. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments and like, subscribe for more.